this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
On the Stino Show podcast, each episode invites you into a raw, unfiltered conversations about recovery, resilience, and redemption. On a recent episode, I sit down with actor, cultural icon Danny Trejo to talk about addiction, transformation, and the power of second chances. The entire season 2 is now available to binge, featuring powerful conversations with guests like Tiffany Haddish, Johnny Knoxville, and more.
I'm an alcoholic, and without this program, I'm gonna die.
Listen to the Stino Show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia, and I'm kicking off a brand new season of my podcast, Math and Magic, Stories from the Frontiers of Marketing. Math and Magic takes you behind the scenes of the biggest businesses and industries while sharing insights from the smartest minds in marketing. Coming up this season on Math and Magic, CEO of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario.
People think that creative ideas are like these light bulb moments that happen when you're in the shower, or it's really like a stone sculpture. You're constantly just chipping away and refining.
Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick and our own Chief Business Officer Lisa Coffey. Listen to Math and Magic on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
On paper, the three hosts of the Nick, Dick, and Paul show are geniuses. We can explain how AI works, data centers, but there are certain things that we don't necessarily understand.
Better version of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, wasn't Taylor Swift who said that for the first time. I thought it was. I got that wrong.
But hey, no one's perfect. We're pretty close, though. Listen to the Nick, Dick, and Paul show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Saturday, May 2nd, country's biggest stars will be in Austin, Texas at our 2026 iHeart Country Festival presented by Capital One. See Kane Brown, Parker McCollum, Riley Green, Shabuzi, Dylan Scott, Russell Dickerson, Gretchen Wilson, Chase Matthew, Lauren Elena. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they sell out at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, guys, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to SteveHarveyFM.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air. Just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. Never know. It could
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. The secret is bound to come out now. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a 36-year-old man, and my wife and I split up almost 2 years ago. She moved on and is dating someone she met at church. She just had a baby a month ago, and she kept it from me for 2 weeks. I found out after my pops told me. He said she sent him pictures of her infant daughter, and my sister went to visit the baby a few days ago. My dad said my sister's kids are in love with the baby already, and she's the cutest little thing ever. I called this woman to see if it was really true because I was told she couldn't have any more children. I told her how hurt I was the day I found out from my pops. She and I have 2 sons, and after our second son was born, her doctor said she couldn't have any more children. I accepted it and was happy with my sons, but I always wanted to have one more child, a daughter, to spoil rotten. She told me that the baby was a surprise, and she apologized for the way I found out. She called her daughter a miracle baby and a blessing. My heart was broken. And what makes matters worse is that her daughter was born on my birthday. How crazy is that? I told her I would love to see the baby and meet her new boyfriend. She said that wouldn't be possible, and then I had to remind her of the wild night we had almost a year ago when we slipped up and had unprotected sex 3 times in one night. I told her I have every right to see the baby because she might be my child. She doesn't want her boyfriend to know, but it's bound to come out. Wow. I want to get a paternity test. Oh, did I mention that our divorce is not final? Should I let her boyfriend know what's up and get a DNA test? Woo!
That's hard right there.
I don't know. But you sound like you don't believe your wife. You sound like that, what she said about the baby being a surprise and a miracle baby, is not true. Nor do you accept her apology for the way you found out. And based on that, I don't think she was deliberately trying to break your heart. You said you're heartbroken. It's your right, and no one can stop you from getting a paternity test but your wife. But do you really, really want to do that, or are you just bitter? Ideally, I would love to say yes, get a DNA test, find out if the daughter is yours, and if by chance she is, you guys could all live happily ever after. But that's not going to happen. That's not real life. It's not reality. I think your wife will do anything, I'm sure, to keep her boyfriend from finding out. She doesn't want him to know this, that you and that the two of you had a tryst, about a year ago. And, and she totally, for sure, does not want him to know that the baby might be yours. She should have waited until the divorce was final, but obviously you even said in the letter that she had moved on. She moved on from you, and she was just waiting for the final papers. You, on the other hand, do not seem to have moved on at all. I mean, listen, it's not your place to tell her man what is up in this situation. Please know that. I think you should continue to enjoy your sons until or unless your soon-to-be ex-wife changes her mind, okay? Or else you're going to it's going to be confusion and mess. Steve, more mess.
The subject is, the secret is bound to come out now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand you, sir, writing this letter. I mean, man, what's wrong with you? I mean, you've heard the saying, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Now, this is you all day, man, and I don't understand. Now, your ex and y'all split up almost 2 years ago. She moved on and is dating somebody else. Okay, got it. That she met at church. She had a baby a month ago. She kept it from you for 2 weeks. She don't owe you nothing. She don't owe you nothing. I found out after my pops told me. He said she sent him pictures of her infant daughter, and my sister wanted to visit the baby a few days ago. My dad said my sister's kids are in love with the baby already, and she's the cutest little thing ever. I called the woman to see if it was really true. No, the woman is your ex, because I told her I was told she couldn't have any more children. Well, she said that the doctor told her it was a miracle baby. And, that was it. But you wanted to have one more child. So you accepted it, happy with your sons, but you always wanted this one child, a daughter, so you could spoil rotten. Now, the lady told you that the baby was a surprise, and she apologized for the way she found out. But she said that the baby is a miracle baby. That's true. My heart was broken. Why? Dog, right there, my heart was broken. Dog, y'all done split up 2 years ago. See, here's the part I don't like about this letter. He not saying why they split up. See, that's not in the letter.
Right.
See, something went wrong to cause y'all to be split up over 2 years ago. When we come back, we're going to discuss this. But he's only going to get worse with what he's going to say in this letter. So this little scorned guy sounds a bit bitter, like Shirley said. We'll talk about it when we come back.
All right, Steve, we'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Subject of today's Strawberry Letter, the secret is bound to come out now. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
I'm John Green. You may know me as the author of The Fault in Our Stars, and now, I guess, also as the co-host of The Away End, a brand new world soccer podcast. I'm Daniel Alarcon, a writer and journalist, and John and I have known each other since we were kids. My first World Cup was Mexico '86. I was 9 years old. I watched every game, and I fell in love. On our new podcast, The Away End, we'll share with you the magic of international football, all leading up to the 2026 World Cup. For us, soccer, football, is a story we've shared for over 30 years, since Daniel was the star player on our high school soccer team. Very debatable. And I was their most loyal and sometimes only fan. I love this game. I love its history, its hope, its heartbreak, and above all, its beauty.
Together, we'll find out why, of all the unimportant things, football, soccer, is the most important.
Listen to The Away End with Daniel Alarcón and John Green on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cheryl Strayed, author of Wild and Tiny Beautiful Things. I'm excited to share that I have a new podcast called Mind Over Mountain. In each episode, I interview athletes, adventurers, and adrenaline seekers to discuss the inner landscapes and life experiences that informed and inspired their extraordinary feats. I also bring a bit of advice into the mix, so we too can better understand how to face our own seemingly insurmountable challenges.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull out what you already have inside. We come into this world fighting for our lives. All I'm going to do is pull out what you already got inside.
We're there to support and celebrate each other. And that's not like a your story versus my story.
You're going to walk up and over that dang mountain. You're not just going to put your mind over it.
Yep, exactly. And if I can't walk up and over it, I'm going to go through it.
Listen to Mind Over Mountain every Thursday on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Usually on This Podcast Will Kill You, we talk about the diseases, infections, and biological threats that can make us really sick.
But right now, we're doing something a little different.
We're stepping back and looking at what the human body needs to keep going.
When you consider what we know about sleep in humans, there's one rule that comes out. We are predictably unpredictable sleepers.
We're talking about why sleep works the way it does, why our bodies don't follow neat rules, and why modern life makes rest so hard to come by.
The second half of our series takes us to the digestive system with a multi-part series on what happens after we eat. Okay, I just have to say that all of my favorite words apparently are digestive words.
Sphincter, peristalsis, duodenum. It's fascinating, it's funny, and it matters so much more than you think.
Episodes of our new series run from January 20th through February 17th, with new episodes every Tuesday on the Exactly Right Network.
Listen to This Podcast Will Kill You as part of the Exactly Right Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On the Adventures of Curiosity Cove podcast, what if the right fit isn't what everyone expects? In the case of the right fit, Ella explores movement, confidence, and belonging, and learns that not all strength looks the same. Tennis is powerful, fast, focused, and kind of fun. Strong swing, Ella! This Women's History Month story introduces kids to women who change sports by trusting themselves and moving differently. A thoughtful episode about identity, courage, and helping kids discover where they truly belong. So it's okay if I'm not quite sure what my thing is yet. It's absolutely okay. When and if you do find a sport you love, you may be the next Gertrude, Tony, or Venus. At Curiosity Cove. Listen to Adventures of Curiosity Cove every Monday from the Black Effect Podcast Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Life is unpredictable, but protecting your family doesn't have to be complicated. Globe Life helps families secure their future with simple, affordable life insurance. There's no medical exam, just a simple application. With rates starting as low as $3.49 a month, Globe Life Insurance is easy to buy. Call Globe Life today at 1-800-251-5400 or visit globeliferadio.com. That's 1-800-251-5400 or globeliferadio.com. All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject, the secret is bound to come out now.
You know, this guy split up with his wife of almost 2 years. She done moved on and started dating somebody she met at the church. She done got pregnant and had a baby 2 weeks ago. Didn't tell him. She ain't obligated to tell him nothing. But obviously you ain't close to the woman, because how's a woman pregnant for 9 months and she got your 2 sons? You ain't been over there. You ain't seen the boys. You ain't picked them up. You couldn't tell she was pregnant. So see, man, so it's something else going on, because for 9 months she ain't been here. So for at least 2 months she had to be showing. Exactly. So I don't know how you been picking up your sons or getting your visitation with your boys and not notice that this woman was pregnant. So that right there is a gap in the letter for me. Now the woman has the baby and sends some pictures to your dad and your sister, and your sons is in love with the baby already. Now you always wanted a baby girl, so now you mad. You heartbroken. And she told you that it was a miracle baby. The doctor told you she couldn't. The doctors told you she couldn't have no more baby. Well, she had one, so the baby was a surprise. And so now, it's a miracle baby and a blessing. My heart was broken. What makes matters worse is that her daughter was born on my birthday. How crazy is that? It's called coincidence, dog.
Yeah.
Dog, do you know how many people born on your birthday? You have any idea how many people got the same birthday you got? Now you tripping. How crazy is that? I told her I'd love to see the baby and meet her new boyfriend. Man, what? She don't owe you that. She said that wouldn't be possible. And then I had to remind her of the wild night we had almost a year ago when we slipped up and had unprotected sex 3 times in one night. Over a year ago, dog. Do the numbers. Do the numbers. Now you're trying to make something out of nothing. Well, I told her I have every right to see the baby because she might be mine. Might and is 2 big differences. She don't owe you nothing. She ain't asking for child support or none of that. I have every right because the baby might be mine. Dog, what's wrong with you? What did y'all do to even be in line for this divorce? And now you sitting up in here, you so hurt and bitter.
Heartbroken.
I want to meet the baby and the boyfriend. You ain't her daddy.
What?
Dog, you her ex. She don't owe you nothing. I told her I got every right to see the baby. She doesn't want her boyfriend to know, but it's bound to come out. How is bound to come out? How is it bound to come out, dog? I want to get a paternity test. Oh, did I mention that our divorce is not final? Yes, it is. It's over. Bruh, let me explain something to you.
What that mean? As far as she's concerned, it's over.
Let me tell you something. The divorce is over. You see, look, man, when people get a divorce, the date that they sign them divorce papers, that's just when the court legalized it. The divorce is over. Your divorce is over long before you get a court date. The filing and what led up to it. Divorce is a long in coming, man. So, did I mention our divorce is not final? Should I let her boyfriend know what's up and get a DNA test? You know something, man? I wish you would go over there and say something to you. You might get your... You just might get what you need.
Well, you have to get you. I mean, if you bring that over there, you have to.
If you go over there, because see, guess what? What you over here trying to wreck my happiness for?
Yeah.
Now you over here, wait, you don't gonna be all that happy. We had sex a year ago. Now why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know why you would do it? Because you miserable without her. Because you did something to bring about the divorce. Now you ain't put none of that in your letter. But you don't get divorced for no reason. And she done moved on this quick. Well, it ain't really quick. Been 2 years.
2 years.
But she done moved on because you had moved on and done something else. I promise you this divorce ain't about no money or nothing. I promise you this dude did something because he didn't say nothing. Let me tell you something. If he had some goods on this woman, the way he crying in this letter, you don't think he said it? She cheated on me once before. This must be the dude she cheated with. Ain't none of that in there. He didn't mention the cause of the divorce. That's how I know something wrong. Because a man this hurt and bitter would have threw that in there. So now he gonna bring up that wild night y'all had almost a year ago. Man, why don't you let the woman be happy and go on about your business? That ain't your daughter, chances are. You don't need a DNA, chances are, and you want to go over there and tell it. He beat your...
Why his boys when he...
What, Steve?
I hope he beat your ass when you come over there. That'll teach you something. Run over here, man, trying to mess up somebody's happiness, man, because you miserable with your little ragged ass life. You got 2 sons, man.
Take care of them.
And why they didn't tell him that mama was pregnant? They never even said that.
No.
He ain't seen them.
Because, dog, let me tell you what I think.
He wants to tell the boyfriend, the husband.
No, see, hey, man, let me tell you what I think. I don't think he all that close. Because how this woman pregnant and got his sons, and the sons ain't mentioned it, and he ain't seen the wife, he ain't seen his girl pregnant. 9 months of pregnancy, you couldn't tell? That's some information.
All right, listen, thank you, Steve. Leave your comments on today's Strawberry Letter on Instagram and Facebook at Steve Harvey FM. And check us out on the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeartRadio app. Coming up next, it is Junior and Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
On the Stino Show podcast, each episode invites you into a raw, unfiltered conversations about recovery, resilience, and redemption. On a recent episode, I sit down with actor, cultural icon Danny Trejo to talk about addiction, transformation, and the power of second chances. The entire season 2 is now available to binge, featuring powerful conversations with guests like Tiffany Haddish, Johnny Knoxville, and more.
I'm an alcoholic, and without this program, I'm gonna die.
Listen to the Stino Show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia, and I'm kicking off a brand new season of my podcast, Math and Magic, Stories from the Frontiers of Marketing. Math and Magic takes you behind the scenes of the biggest businesses and industries while sharing insights from the smartest minds in marketing. Coming up this season on Math and Magic, CEO of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario.
People think that creative ideas are like these light bulb moments that happen when you're in the shower, where it's really like a stone sculpture. You're constantly just chipping away and refining.
Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick and our own Chief Business Officer Lisa Coffey. Listen to Math and Magic on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast.
On paper, the 3 hosts of the Nick, Dick, and Pol show are geniuses. We can explain how AI works, data centers, but there are certain things that we don't necessarily understand.
Better version of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, wasn't Taylor Swift who said that for the first time. I thought it was. I got that wrong.
But hey, no one's perfect. We're pretty close, though. Listen to the Nick, Dick, and Pol show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here.
And we know there is a lot of news coming at you these days, from the war with Iran to the ongoing Epstein fallout, government shutdowns, high-profile trials, and what the hell is that Blake Lively thing about anyway?
We are on it every day, all day.
Follow us, Amy and TJ, for news updates throughout the day.
Listen to Amy and TJ on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.